Hey everyone, it's Leanne here with Diamonds and Doxies, and we're going to do a whip and chat today, I figured. Yeah, so as many of you know, I've been working on this Rabbit and Daisy from ArtDot, and it was a part of their 12 canvas set, and so I finished this portion here. Now I'm starting on the middle. As you can see, it's about 3 1/4 release papers, so it's not very big. It's round. It is actually a 14 by 10 inch or 35 by 25 centimeters. It's round. So yeah, and as you also know, if you've been following along on this little journey, I'm in love, and this is I'm using my it's Diamond Art Club's storage system, and I took all the larges out and replaced them with mediums and smalls, but honestly all I really need are smalls. So yeah, so there you go with that. And I feel like, I guess I did. Yeah, I did. I went ahead. I was kitting up as I went, but yesterday I decided to just go ahead and put them all in here, so I did. I only had like 4 or 5. Oh, geez. Have a hard time using my shoulder, so yeah. There we go. There we go. I did it. I did it. Now let me make sure you're still in frame. You are. But it's kind of cloudy today. Let me see if I turn on my light. Oh, it gives you a little bit of a glare, but I think it's going to be helpful in the long run. So I am sorry if it's too glary for you. All right, so let's get started. Oh, here we go. Now I have to look over here to see what I need onto the legend, because it didn't come with sticker sheet or anything, and that's fine. I'm doing just fine. Now I wouldn't like it if it was a very large canvas. That would be, you know, with a whole bunch of colors, that would be time consuming. So I need 3078. 3078. I did not put these in any kind of order. Where's 3078? I know I've had them because I've done them. Did I put... Oh no. I put 3778, and obviously that's not correct. Leanne. All right, let me see. I'll come over here to my little sticker sheets and see. I need 3078, which is better, but yeah, it's a yellow. So let's see if I can take this off and move it, because that is incorrect. Yep, that is incorrect. Wonder how I managed to do that. Okay, 3078. Let's try this again. Just thank goodness they weren't close in color. Well, I would have messed it. Okay, I'll put these back. All right, so these are ABs. So let's open this up. Don't need that many. Oh boy, so today I decided that I wanted to bake. So I made some rolls that I had tried in the past and didn't really care for the way they turned out, but I thought, well, I think I overproofed them. We're gonna find out, because these here look real similar to the other ones. So I don't know. I mean, I almost feel like the recipe did not call for enough flour, because the dough was very moist. And so they didn't really hold their shape very well. So I think that what I'll do is make note of that and on my recipe and try it again with some more flour. It's a sourdough discard recipe for dinner rolls, and I had a bunch of discard that I needed to either use or dump. I mean, it was at the point where I don't think it's very good. So, I mean, it was getting there, right? So I used what the recipe called for and then made some new, trying to make some new active starter, and I'll do that twice. And then I'll start saving the discard from that. So, yeah. So I do like things with discard. There's a sourdough discard English muffin recipe that I just love. So, yeah. Alrighty. Today's Saturday. It's Memorial Weekend. Yeah. I hope everyone has a safe Memorial Weekend. If you're not from the States, Memorial Day is the day we remember our fallen military, our fallen soldiers. This is not a day to thank active military or even veterans, because they're still alive. That's what Veterans Day is for. Yeah, so, and you really, it wouldn't be appropriate really to say Happy Memorial Day, because, you know, technically it is not happy. I mean, especially if you are celebrating one of your loved ones who passed. Yeah, so I have a friend whose son was in the Navy, and he passed away, you know, from suicide. So, you know, it's the day you remember our servicemen and women. He had done tours in, I believe, Iraq, Afghanistan maybe. And you know, it's a hard job. Hard job. So anyway, but yeah, that's what that day is for. Veterans Day is when we thank our soldiers, active and retired. Sometimes this is easy peasy lemon squeezy, and then sometimes it is not. There we go. Alrighty, I think that's a $6.99. It is. So we're doing this green, the one we have the most of. This is a medium, by the way. And I forget how many bags are in here, but there's a lot. So I'm debating on getting some more smalls and just having some meat, because I already have 7 mediums just sitting off to the side here. So, uh-oh. I do not, there, set that over there. So I don't know if you follow me on Facebook. You know, I have a private groups, Diamonds and Doxies as well. I mean, I have you can friend me, or you can just go directly to the group and ask to join. And I shared where I had done the trinket treasures. I had mentioned them on my live on Wednesday, which was a great live, by the way. And you know, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But then I thought, oh, I know. I'll put a magnet and put it on the refrigerator. So I did that, and it turned out so cute. I am so in love. I am so in love. And then somebody else mentioned putting command strips. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I think that would be nice, especially if you've seen my craft room. You know, I have walls that kind of go with the roof line. So I don't have like full tall walls. They kind of go up and then like that. So I was like, yeah, that would look really nice on those parts. So I got to get me some small command strips too. But I also think these would make great, you know, magnets for stocking stuffers. yeah, you know, just a little something to add to like a gift card or something, you know, just something cutesy. And so I definitely think I will be doing that. And in fact, I'm debating whether or not to get another set. But I think I may be getting ahead of myself because I don't know that many people that I would make magnets for. So I think I need to slow my roll. Well, I did order, I wasn't going to order it today. I was just going to put it on my wish list and get it sometime down the road. But I didn't. I got Edith, mostly because it's an owl. And I love owls. So, yeah, had to do it. So, when will I do it? I have no earthly idea. But I got it. So, I'll do an unboxing whenever I get it in case you haven't seen an unboxing. I'm sure you have. There's so many people, that sneak peekers and stuff, and they do such a better job than me. But I'll do it anyways. So then today, Max had a friend come over, and they had a little jam session. So that was fun, and for them. And, you know, it's really been nice because and he's got another friend over now. They're out in the man cave. And, because then I'm like, okay, you know, I feel like I'm, you know, can get things done. And like I said, I made the rolls, but I also cleaned the carpet because, let me tell you, I don't know what is going on with my dogs, okay? Do not know. But they're going to cause me to lose my mind, which wouldn't take much, honestly. But, so, you know, they'd been throwing up, gave them some pumpkin, some organic pumpkin, and that seemed to help that issue. So, I gave them some more yesterday with their dinner, just to be on the safe side. And then Gus I couldn't figure it out. He was just whining. And I get up, trying to find him. So I'm thinking, you know, he can't get up for whatever reason. He can't see how to get up in the bed or what. But he was at the foot of the bed and just whining. So I, you know, like, Gus, what are you doing? So I tried to be too loud because I don't want to wake up, you know, Max. Then I go over there, I get him. You know, I have to pick him up best I can. I have a bad shoulder. I can't really pick him up. And, you know, I put him underneath the covers where he generally goes. And he came right back out. You know, like, no, that's not what I want. And, of course, I try. As much as I try to be a dog mind reader, I'm just not. I'm not very good at it. So, anyway, and then Maggie kept getting up in the night. It was just, yeah. So, y'all, apparently, we had dogs with, I hope this isn't TMI for you, doesn't gross you out, but with diarrhea. And, my gosh, it was quite gross. So, anyway, they not only... because they have a pee pad that's put down at night that stays in the utility room in case they need to get up. And, well, that was destroyed. The tile around it was destroyed. And somehow, even a couple of pieces of rug in our bedroom had some on it, and then the little blanket that I put on the stools for them to jump up, I'm always afraid they're going to snag a toenail or something. So I put a blanket, because it's like, I don't know, rattan or something. That had poop on it. So it was like, good Lord. It was poopapalooza. It was crazy. I don't know why. You know, I've never heard of, whatchamacallit, pumpkin causing that. In fact, pumpkin is supposed to fix all that. So I don't know. And it's organic, nothing added, just pure pumpkin. So I don't know. I don't know what the world. And then this lady that I follow, she is absolute. She's a dachshund breeder, and yes, I know, to adopt, don't shop. Snoopy is he's my rescue boy, but I've always wanted a silky. I thought Gus might be more of a silky, but he's not. I'm not real sure what Gus is, to be real honest. I mean, I know he's part wire-haired, but he's not full wire-haired, so I'm not sure if that's due to his skin disease or what. I don't know. But anyway, she had some silky pups, and I was like, oh, stop. Because I can't, I mean, well, I would never even mention it to Max about getting a fourth dog. Well, I'd have to have my head examined. That's what I'd have to do. I mean, I just, yeah. Ooh-wee. Yeah. I'd never be allowed to complain one more time about my dogs. You'd be like, uh-huh. It was so bad you went and got you another one. No thanks. So, nope. If I didn't already have 3, though, let's say if I had 2, I would absolutely get one. But that is not the case. So, yeah. Man, that's the only problem I'm having, y'all, is my ArtDot putty is having a hard time maintaining its stickiness. Now, I will say, I did take this out and kind of flip it around so I could reuse it. But, I mean, if I refill it, I'm sure I'll have to refill it at least once. This here is what was in here for this section. So I am not used to that with ArtDot putty at all. Quite the opposite. So, and like I thought, well, it's got to be these drills. Well, they're acrylic, but I just don't think that's the reason. And I mean, they're not dirty. You know, you can see that they're shiny. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there is some sort of coating on them that's causing that. I don't know. Not sure. Not sure. I do need to get a kit sent off to a friend. What I need to do is I need to take it downstairs, because anything that's upstairs gets out of sight, out of mind, and I don't think about it until I'm up here. So I need to just take it downstairs, and then I will get it shipped, because I won't want it just sitting around. So yeah, if I set it on my kitchen counter, I'll be like, okay, this has got to go, because I don't like anything on my kitchen counters. Not clutter. I don't mind something pretty, but not clutter. Like, I don't like coming in and just throwing stuff all on the counter. So I know if I do that, I'll get it shipped off ASAP. Of course, you know, it's Memorial Weekend, so there will not be any UPS or anything, USPS, any of that on Monday. And I'll be using Pirate Ship, so usually that is via UPS. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll have to really pay attention, because last time I sent her something, I'll be darned if I didn't. I don't even know how that happened. It happened, it did. I sent it to her state, her city, her zip, but my street address. So needless to say, there was no, you know, it was like, there's been an exception. I didn't even notice it until there was an exception, and they were saying the they couldn't find the address. And I was like, what are you talking about? Then I looked, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And then that was a hassle. I went down, I had to call UPS, and they were like, well, we can't help you. Go to the UPS store. I went to the UPS store. You know, they said, take it to where you dropped it off. I did. They were like, well, you didn't purchase the postage from here, so we can't help you with that. You'll have to call the UPS. Like, I did that. So fortunately, I tried again, stayed on hold, and I was like, I'm just going to stay on hold. I mean, you know, I got to get this taken care of. I mean, I don't want it sent back because I'll have to pay shipping again, and I don't want to do that. So finally, I got a hold of a guy, and he was like, oh, you know, because first he was like, no, and then he went, well, wait a minute, you're a Plus member or whatever. And y'all, years ago, maybe 15 years ago, maybe longer than that, I had gotten a special UPS account because I sold a lot of stuff on eBay. So, you know, you could just sign up for not really a business account, but maybe a business account. I don't know. Anyway, so he's like, oh, I see you're one of those members. And I was like, yes, I am. You know, at first I was like, what's he talking about? But I was like, oh, yeah, yep, I sure am. And he goes, oh, okay, well, in that case, I can fix it for you. So he couldn't fix it for anybody else, you know, like just a regular customer. But he was able to fix it for mine. And I was ever so grateful. Although I was like, how, you know, I don't understand. Wouldn't it be easier just to update the address for anyone than to send it back? You know? But, yeah. But at that point, I wasn't going to suggest anything. I was just grateful that he was able to take care of it. And she was able to get the package, albeit later than I had anticipated. So what about y'all, that being today's Saturday, today was the day of new releases. Did y'all get anything? There were some pretty ones. There really were. I only got one. I know, so I had to pay shipping. I was going to add something else to it, and then I was like, I don't really want anything else. So... And I mean, I thought maybe I would order another thing of those trinket treasures, but that still didn't give me enough. So, I mean, I was like $20-something short. Boy, I hate when drills don't stick right. You know, maybe I should try their wax that they sent with it. Maybe I should try that and see if it works better. It might. I don't know. Oh, that's $2.80. So, you know, it's funny when you have creators that you follow and, you know, you kind of get involved in their life, you know, like, oh, well, you know, I wonder how so-and-so's doing and so-and-so, so-and-so. And so I've been following Mindy at Mindy's Diamond and Crafts, I think it is. She does crochet and diamond painting. And I always, I don't crochet, but I always would watch the live with Angie on there. And I mean, I just loved them, you know. I just loved Angie's voice. I just loved them together, you know. They were funny. They were always cracking me up, some of the banter they would have. And then all of a sudden, Angie disappeared. And nobody knew why. And sorry about that. Goodness gracious. Nobody knew why that she disappeared, just that she did. And I was worried about her. I felt sorry for her. I didn't feel sorry for her. I felt sorry for Mindy because, you know, Mindy was planning a retreat and so, you know, they did that stuff together. That was their thing. And she just disappeared and Mindy didn't know why. And of course, you know, you get worried. Well, I hope something didn't happen, you know. And she wasn't returning Mindy's text, and it was like, okay, something's going on. And so, but then, you know, you think, well, maybe, you know, there's always things going on, you know. Well, then I was scrolling through my subscriptions, and there was Mindy and with Angie, and said she's back. And I was like, oh, yay. So I watched that. I didn't finish it. They were working on a Dreamer Designs that they had been working on for before. And I didn't get to finish it, but I will go back and finish it. But it was so nice to hear the banter again and to hear her voice. I was very happy about that. So, yeah. So, yeah. Sounds like Max has come in. Maybe his friend has to go to the bathroom. Stop. Maggie. Maggie. Stop. You know, it's like you tell one to stop, and then the other ones are like, okay, it's our turn. You know, no. No, no. No, no. But he may have to go to the bathroom. So, and they're out in Max's man cave. Okay, so I'm getting tired of jacking with this. So I'm gonna get me, this is what it came with. So I'm gonna get one of these. I haven't used wax in 1,000 years, but I'm going to give it a shot. I wonder if that will fill up my, I might need to stab it twice. I don't know, but let's get this out of here. Why do I keep using that when I have the thing you're supposed to use here? Let's see. Can't get that one little piece out. All right, let's put this little stabby thing away. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can't get, I think I'm gonna need two though. Alrighty. There's one. Let's try it with just one. All right, let's cover this back up. Yep, so it doesn't dry out. I mean, I assume it will dry out. I don't know that. Okay, here we go. Using wax for the first time in 1,000 years. Well, I can feel a difference in it placing down. I don't know what I think. No, I mean, it's sticky, so it's holding the drills, so that's all I really care about, right? What else has been going on? You know, I really should, I don't know, go back and watch my previous whipping chats. What the heck? Here, that's not in a place at all. There, I'll put it right there. Because I don't remember what I talked about. Well, Jacob leaves tomorrow. We went and had lunch with him and spent some time with him yesterday. Went and had an ice cream. And I put his flight information into FlightAware so I can track it. He does not leave until his flight leaves at 7:45 tomorrow evening. So I'm hoping that maybe after church we can get lunch. It would be nice. I'm sure they'll probably leave here. I don't know. I would think no later than 5 because it's going to take, well, maybe on a Sunday, not too bad. It's going to take about an hour. So going out of the big airport. So, yeah. So it's about an hour. Can be longer, actually, but I'm thinking with it being a Sunday evening, it may not be so bad. I hope not anyways. And then it's almost a 10-hour flight. Well, they say 9 hours and 50 minutes. But, you know, usually they cut them some slack so that their on-time ratings are better. So, who knows? But anyway, they get there in the morning. So I'm hoping that Jacob will be able to get some sleep on the flight. But, you know, I don't think he will, because he's not sitting at the front of the bus, so he doesn't get to fully recline. And he's a lot like me. He does not, you know, he does not go to sleep. He's not one of those that can just fall asleep anywhere. I'm not either. It's a whole ritual thing, you know. It's got to be dark. It's got to be quiet. I got to be cold. You know, yeah, it's a whole thing. So, and then plus I'm pretty excited when I'm on an airplane. Best I can do is kind of like cat nap, and then I'll wake up real fast. But I usually rest because I'll recline the seat, and you're going to have to move a little bit. You're in my way. And at least I'm getting rest. But man, oh man, I told him, because when he comes back, he might be able to sleep a little bit better, because, I mean, he may be really tired. And they leave at night, and then they come back in the morning. So, I don't know. But it's odd, because there's only like a 2-hour time difference. And another thing that's odd, I just automatically assumed that it was going to be hot. You know, I mean, isn't that why they wear those little bikinis? I don't know why I thought it was going to be hot. Well, Jacob was like, well, it's to the south of the Tropic of Capricorn or something. I'm like, what? What's that got to do with anything? And so I looked it up. Yeah, it's going to be nice. I mean, a little chilly for him, actually, because it's going to get down into the 50s at night and like 70 during the day. And I'm like, get out of town. He goes, yeah, I think they're opposite of us. I was like, really? So, yeah. Well, maybe that's when I need to go, is the, you know, this, oh, God, y'all hear that? That's my shoulder. Tuesday, man, Tuesday, 7:04. Tuesday, that's when I go to the physical therapist for my evaluation. Wouldn't it be funny if I end up liking the wax? Honestly, I'd be okay if using the wax on this, because that way I don't waste my putty. Because I give you a lot of wax, and I have a lot of wax saved. So I need to start purging some of that stuff on the Diamond Art Club, Share the Love or whatever, because I don't need all of this. I've got more toolkits than I need, because I don't use them. Oh, jeez. Oh, I know one thing we did. We went to American Furniture Warehouse, which is, I don't know, isn't the correct name for it, because there's not a stitch of Made in America furniture in there. Hang on. Okay, Max was trying to figure out where the dogs were. It's like, are they up there with you? Well, they were, until you started speaking. Yeah, see, this is why I do not need a fourth dog. Yeah. Dang dogs. Anyway, so I went to American Furniture Warehouse, where there's no furniture made in America there. And then we needed a table for in our bedroom. We got a chair. Max would like a table there to sit sometimes and listen to his music, you know, like before he takes a shower or something. And, you know, maybe read a book or, you know, just a little place to sit. But he would like a table. So we went there. Well, I'd ordered one on Amazon because, you know, I bought one on Amazon for our couch. And he measured it. It was like, yeah, that would work perfect. So I ordered it, and then, yeah, it was like, it kept being delayed. And so finally I just canceled it. And we went over there and found another table. And, but they only had one left, and it was in the Katy store, so a couple hours away. And I couldn't believe it, but he was like, yeah, I'll put it in order. He goes, and it may be here in the morning. Well, sure enough, first thing this morning, it was there. And I'm like, dang, what time does y'all's truck leave? I mean, that's fast. I figured it'd take a couple of days, but nope, it's there. So I think here, after everyone leaves, then we will go pick it up. So that'll be fun. Oh, these dogs. Yeah. I told Max yesterday, I said, you know, instead of boarding them because we want to go somewhere, can we just board them and we stay here? Just have a vacation. Truth is, we couldn't do that because we'd both been like, I wonder how, you know, we can't just do that. We got to go get them. So we'd go get them. Because you know how it is. The same thing with your kids. You're like, oh my God, I just need a minute. And then you get your minute, and you're like, okay, ready to see my kids again, you know. All you need is a minute. That's the same thing with them. Oh man, my shoulder. Believe it or not, just holding this like this, trying to keep it still, hurts my shoulder. It's the craziest thing. Oh, speaking of which, so I went to leave a review on Diamond Art Club for the little trinket treasures, and I was like, how come it doesn't have 5 stars? I mean, so I go on there and I look, and some of the, I mean, 2 of the reasons were like, what? But one of them was, you know, I couldn't multi-place. I could only single place. And I'm like, is this your first time doing any kind of off the canvas? And then I couldn't hold my tray, and I had to hold the thing while I placed the drill. And I'm like, are you new here? I thought that. I was like, man, you know, if I was Diamond Art Club, sometimes I would just be like, you know, yeah. Oh dear, I see another one I missed. It's like, people, what is wrong with you? I mean, for real. Oh, this has got static. I will say that about this storage. And I don't know if it's true with like Elizabeth Ward's and all of that too, if it's the style. I don't know. But dang, there's a lot of static in these. Lots and lots. Okay, let's see. I haven't done any of these yet. 3865. These are like a CE or an OE, but they're real smushed together. So, y'all. And they're ABs. What's weird is they don't call them, they don't tell you it's an AB. So I think that's 3 ABs, but I don't know. All right, let's see. Oh, dang nabbit. I should have done these last. Because if memory serves me right, let's see. Nope, that's good. Okay. I was like, with wax, it seemed like you had to always did them last anyway. But I didn't realize it was ABs until I already opened it, so. We shall see. Just lightly, gotta lightly pick them up. Very light. Yeah, very light. If you press too hard on ABs, then they're a hassle to place. You want just enough pressure to pick them up and nothing more. Especially with wax. Drop it! Of course they do. They listen to me? No. Okay, hang on. I'll be back. Okay, everyone, I am back. It is actually the next day. Yeah, Max and I went to go pick up the table, and then Jacob came over because he needed to make some copies. And then after he left, we went to go eat. And then when I got home, it was time to feed the pups, and then it was time to call my dad, and well, yeah. So anyway, I'm just not getting back up here. So yeah, that is what has happened. 9:04. So let's see. 9:04. So let's see. Okay, so we went and picked up the table from American Furniture Warehouse. Just trying to open that just hurts my shoulder. Really. So yeah, we went and did that. That went very smoothly. Got the table in. It works great. But now we need a different lamp, and of course it can't be too big. And you know how it is when you go to buy stuff. And then of course the boy came over. He leaves today. His flight's supposed to take off at 7:45, I believe. Yes, 7:45 this evening. That's Central Time. So yeah, we did, he went to church today, and afterwards we went to Mama Sita's, because I was like, what do you want to eat? And he was like, I don't know, what do y'all want to eat? And I said, well, you're the one that's going to be gone for like 9 days, so what is a food you think you'll really miss? And he was like, well, probably Mexican food. Probably so. Hang on, I just saw where I missed these hearts. 7:04, and there's 3 of them, and I don't like waiting until I'm done to finish the ones I put, unless it's like 10 or more, then I will wait. But this is just 3. So I will say one thing I do like about this type of storage is it is easy just to grab one. Like with my jars, I have to, especially if it's full, I just kind of have to sit there and stab and wait till something sticks. But these here are easier. So anyway, yep. So then this morning we went to Mama Sita's, and on the weekends it's really good because they have fresh squeezed orange juice. So good, so good. I love oranges. I don't like eating them. Well, I guess I should rephrase that. I love the taste of them, but I don't like any of the, I think it's called pith, but I'm not sure, that white stuff that's on the outside. So I get all that off. Then I have to take that skin part off because I don't like that. And, by the time, it takes me forever to eat one little orange section. And so I'd rather have it in juice. I need to buy me a juicer because I would make fresh orange juice all the time, and it really would be healthy in that we would get no sugar added, obviously, and we get a pretty good dose of vitamin C. Now I know you can get juicers that can juice other things besides oranges, and I probably should look into that. I know Max does like carrot juice. He used to buy it from the health food store. know, maybe, you know, I never even tried it. Just because I didn't think it was something I would like. I didn't like carrots. And so I don't, you know, he was like, the juice is sweet. You'd like it. And I'm like, eh. So I'm kind of a rockhead when it comes to trying new things. I'm like, if I didn't grow up eating it, you know, then I probably don't want to eat it. And yeah, so I should probably expand my horizons. Plus, I guess if you eat enough carrots, you'll look like you got a tan. I've seen women years and years and years ago that, I'm sure men did it too. I just didn't notice them because I went to the gym with women. And it was like, wow, lots and lots and lots of carrots there. But yeah, I know even babies, if they eat too many carrots, they'll start getting a little orange hue. So let's see, 16 E's. 910, here we go. So anyway, oh, and I had the breakfast tacos, just bacon and egg. I didn't want any cheese. I don't know why, but I prefer no cheese on my breakfast tacos. Don't ask me why. Can't give you a reason, because I like it on everything else. I just prefer it without it on my tacos. And then of course it came with refried beans. Mamacita's is the only place that has refried beans that I like. Most places I don't eat them because most places it's like, you're not fooling me. These are canned beans and they're not refried. You know, you're just added water to them is all you did. And trust me, I can tell the difference because I've made both, and they're not the same. Look at that. I had another plus 904. Dag nabbit. Not paying close enough attention, I don't guess. I'm just going to use this. There. Oh, that's upside down. I don't want an upside down one. I need a right side up one. Well, I'm blocking my own light. I can't see. Well, why is this not... Is my glue dot going bad too? Maybe. I might have to try putting some of the wax in there too. So far the wax is doing good. Now I won't be upset if this doesn't last, because it comes with a bunch. So, yeah. But anyway, what was I saying? Just like that, it's gone. Jacob got, oh, well, I was talking about refried beans. Well, I think I was through talking about that. Jacob got the papas con huevos with 2 extra eggs. Because he was a hungry boy. So, I'm hoping, like I said, he leaves tonight, so I'm hoping that we will hear from him when he lands in the morning. It's a 2-hour difference from us. So, yeah. So it should be later in the day, later in the morning, I should say. It says he lands there at 7:40, I think, which is 5:40 here. So he was like, y'all will probably be asleep. I'm like, text me anyways. You know, I don't care. I'll read it when I wake up if I have to. Max is probably always, you know, Max will probably be awake. He's usually awake by 6. I mean, if he sleeps until 6, he thinks he really slept in. So he'll probably be awake. But like, just text anyway. And I'm hoping he can text before he goes to bed at night, just to let us know what kind of day he had. So, but I think this is going to be a great trip for him. think he's going to have a wonderful time. And it was funny because I was telling Max this morning, I said, you know, he may decide he likes to travel, and then he'll want to go to Europe and go see castles and stuff, because he knows that's what I want to do. And Max was like, okay, you and Jacob can go do whatever, but you're going to have to do something with these dogs. I cannot take care of all these dogs. Okay, no problem. They are a lot. They are a lot. And currently, at least 2 of them are having digestive issues. And I've decided that it must be their food. It must be a bad batch. And it is a fresh dog food company. So they mail it to you, right? And so I'm just like, I don't know. I want to try a different dog food and see if that's not it, because this is getting old. And, you know, not only are they having tummy issues, that's disgusting. We're having to clean it up. And then they, of course, they walk through it and they track it into wherever they are, which would be our bedroom and our bed. So it's like, okay, this isn't going to work. We've got to do something. So, yeah. I don't know. I think we have some anti-diarrhea medicine. I've been giving them some pumpkin. That's not working. So I'm just not going to. Oh, what did I put that away? Oh, yeah, I mean, hello. Man, gosh. You big Dumbo. It's like I'm just focusing over here. I still have these over here. So yeah, they're a lot to handle for sure. So I asked my niece, she's a vet tech, what kind, because I remember she told me she tried Farmer's Dog, which is what I've been using, and her pups lost a lot of muscle mass. So she switched them to this other pet food that they sell at the Petco, I think she said. And so I'm going to get some of that and try that. I mean, she knows a lot about pet nutrition because she went and took the continuing education course on pet nutrition. So, yeah. So I think I'm going to try that. I really do like this food, but I don't know. The sucky thing is it's not cheap. It's very, very expensive. And so, I mean, I literally have probably $250, $300 worth of food in my freezer. But, you know, what am I supposed to do, you know? I mean, they got enough for another month. Well, I can't put up with this for another month, not to mention it's not healthy for them. So I think I'll go and get, I don't know if I'll do that today or not, because, people. It's a Sunday, and it's the Sunday before Memorial Day, and the people are out. I'm telling you, they are out. Probably not necessarily at the pet store, but they are out. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Uh-oh. Yep, there. I knew I lost one. All right, let's do that one, which is $38.19, which is this one here. I'm just going to go ahead and use these because why not? And I know that they, you know, I've seen where they make stuff to help lift those. They're not that hard to lift. You can lift them with your fingernail. Unless you wear, you know, fake nails, then you might not be able to. But I just use my tweezers. I always have tweezers sitting around. I'm never having to look for them because I use tweezers. So, yeah, it's just easier for me to do that. I wish I had written down in my logbook when I started this. But I don't even think I put the kits in my Gems Flow app. In fact, I know I didn't. I tend to forget about it, you know. And now I don't know how I would do it. Would I do I guess you would do each individual kit, wouldn't you? Wouldn't do the whole, it's not like it's a Paint Gem Mini or anything. Those I count all of the, you know, like the mini dazzles and all that, I count those as one. Although now, you know, I got that mystery one of the Zodiacs, and there was 12 in there. Normally there's 6, right? So would I count the ones with 12 in them as 2? As 2 kits or just 1? I'm probably just going to count them as 1. But I'm just curious what everyone else does. One thing I love about this kit, excuse me, y'all, is when you're working on it so close, you're not really telling what you're doing. It's when you kind of sit back for a minute. It's like, oh, wow, okay, this is looking good. All right, let's see here. We need that little starry thing, 307, right here. Don't have many of those. Let's see, make sure we get these lined up good. There we go. 4. Now, it hasn't been that long, but so far the wax in the multiplacer is working just fine. I'm sure I jinxed myself, but we'll see. So let's see here. All right, that's all for that one. All right, let's get, I want to get this one here. Did I just drop another one of these? I don't think so. Okay. And that one is 598. Yep, 598. I was like, I'm not seeing it. Someone must have stole it. Yeah. That's what my kids used to do. They would always, someone stole so-and-so. Well, you're saying someone came into this house, didn't take our TV, nope, didn't take a radio, nope, didn't take Mama's purse, All they really wanted was the note that was in your backpack. Yep. Kids, they come up with their little brains. Yeah. They crack me up sometimes, so part of me wishes I could just go back one last time, you know, just one last time. I told Jacob today, I said, you know, the good thing about having babies is you can tell them no, and they have to listen to you. When they get to be grown, they do not. And they know this. And they use it to their advantage. So, yeah. I know Jacob has to remind me a lot. You know, Mom, I'm a grown man. Max Jr. just laughs at me. You know, he's like, okay, Mom, whatever. All right. He doesn't do it. Like, humors me. Funny children. Funny children. They'll miss it one day. One day, when I talked to my dad last night, he wasn't feeling very good. You know, he just said he'd been in the chair all day, just hadn't been feeling well. I don't think he gets good nutrition, you know, and then, you know, I asked him if he was drinking Ensures. He's like, well, I prefer those protein drinks to Ensure, and I don't know that protein drinks are you know, if they're designed as a meal replacement. Maybe they are. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying I don't know, really. Bottom line is I don't know. I guess I should look and see. So, but he had quit taking his thyroid. And that was another thing I learned about him that he failed to mention, was that he was taking thyroid medicine. And then I think I told y'all he accidentally set himself on fire last year with a burn pile and gasoline. Apparently, he did not know that gasoline and fire are a bad combination. But anyway, he does now. And, you know, he just quit going to he was in the hospital for a long time, and then he was unable to do anything else. So, you know, he couldn't go to the doctors or anything. So he quit taking it. And then he was like, you know, I just have no energy. I don't know what's wrong with me. He goes, maybe I need to get back on thyroid medicine. And that's when I was like, thyroid medicine? Yes, you should. You know, you need to get that rechecked. And so anyway, so he got, the last time he went to the doctor, he was on whatever it was. He was on 50 milligrams, and the doctor had just upped him to 75. So he started taking the 75. So he went back to, they got an urgent care there, and, you know, he pretty much says, will you write me a prescription for this? And she says, okay. And so anyway, he took in his old bottle when he was like, can you refill this for me? And she was like, sure. So she did. And so he said he wasn't feeling well. So I told him, I said, well, you said you had an unopened bottle of 50s because you just refilled it before he upped your prescription. So why don't you take those? Maybe you've been off of it for so long that you need to start out low again. And he said, well, that might be it. So I'm hoping he did that. You know, I'm hoping. So I worry about him. I told him I needed him to live for another 10 years at least. I would give him, after that, he could decide when he wanted to live. But that he needed to give me 10 years, so. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, and I really think this is what happens to elderly who live alone, is they don't get the nutrition they need. They don't cook like they used to. They just sit there. I mean, there's no one to talk to. There's, you know, so they don't really, I don't know. And, I mean, I can't, I mean, it's an hour there and an hour and 20 back from his house. So it's, you know, it's a long drive for me. But something sweet is he asked me, he goes, would you use a rocking chair on your patio? And I said, heck yeah, I'd love to have a rocking chair. And he said, well, I have one I want to give you. And so that, oh man, that just, you know, of course, I don't know where I'm going to put it. And Max is like, where are you going to put said rocking chair? I'm like, I don't know, but my father wants to give me one, and by golly, I'm going to take it. It'll be the only thing I ever had that he has given me. So, you know, not that I was looking for him to give me anything. I absolutely was not. But the fact that he thought of me, yeah. I am absolutely going to take it, and I'm going to treasure it until I die. And hope that my children do as well. So, yep. Okay, we're through with all that stuff over there, the flowers. Now it's time for the bonnet. Well, no, we got to do these, which is fine because we got some over here. So, it is that one, 3371. Good old brownies. Good old brownies. Broken nail. I'm sure you can see that right there. Broken nail. Yeah, and I thought, well, maybe the nail salon is open today, and maybe I can get in and they can do something, at least make it look better before it rips off into my quick. Nope, they're closed, and of course they'll be closed tomorrow. And I get it. You know, I'm not complaining. It's just like, yeah, that's about right, though. So I'll try to get in Tuesday, but, you know, that is physical therapy, so I don't know. And y'all, you're never going to believe this. So my bedside table is on my left side. So I can't reach for anything with my left arm, obviously, to get a drink of water or, you know, turn off the lamp or anything like that. So I try to always do it before I get into the bed, but, you know, I still need a drink of water. So I have to lean my shoulder off of the bed as much as I can, off of the mattress as much as I can, and then reach around with my right. And even then, if it's too far to reach, I can't do it because it smushes my shoulder and it hurts like the dickens. And, but I was able to do it very carefully, you know, very carefully. Well, when I went to roll back down, it was like my hip, my right hip side of my right hip, it was like it went out of joint. I was like, oh my God. I was just going, ow, 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 you know, and it was like, you know, raise back up. Okay, I'm good. Okay, try to low, no, go back up. Okay, try to low, no, you know, I kept doing that. And finally, I just take it a little bit further in the pain, a little bit further in the pain. And finally, I was able to lay down because I was like, I even tried, I thought, well, let me get up. No, getting up was not an option. I was like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with my bones, man? So frustrating. It's like I've never had problems with my hips. Why now? I tell you. I mean, I even thought, well, let me stand up, you know, and I was like, no, I can't stand up. And then I thought, well, I have got to fix this because I'm going to have to call an ambulance, or Mac's going to have to call me an ambulance. And this is going to be ridiculous. You know, I do not want to go to the hospital. I'm in my gown. I'm laying in my bed. I'm watching my TV. I just want to be left alone. So yeah, I don't know what caused it. Hope it don't happen again. It's just weird. Our bodies are weird things, don't you think? I just don't understand what is going on with mine. I don't know. I feel like, what, did I do something? Did I take something that's causing problems later in life? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that my hip joint came out of socket. That's just what it kind of felt like. So, what do y'all call, I don't know, I don't think you can see it, this symbol. I don't know if you can see it. I call it the agave plant because it looks like an agave. You know, the plant that makes tequila. That's what it looks like to me. But y'all can't see it, and I don't have a sticker sheet to show it to you. I was gonna show you on my bottle, but all I have on there is the DMC. But if you know what the agave looks like, you'll probably know which symbol I'm talking about. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm still, nothing's changed. I'm still impressed with these. Whether or not I'll get it done in time for the Mayflower 2025 event. Yeah, I'm not working very fast, so I don't know if I will. But I'm going to go with probably not because what is today? Today's the 25th, so it's 31 days. Yeah, no, I won't. That's 6 days. I could. I mean, I could. Theoretically, I could, but I know that I won't. So, I mean, if I just dedicated myself to getting in here and diamond painting, which is what I used to do. I mean, I used to spend hours upon hours diamond painting. Now I spend hours upon hours sitting out back. And it's hot, but I have a fan, so. Oh, and I got some cute, well, I can see them. I don't know anybody else can, but I posted, I posted on my private Facebook account. It also took some video, but it's horrible video because I'm having to stand up on a stool and lean way in because, you know, I don't want to disturb the babies. But I'm talking about the baby wrens. So they've all hatched. They're not making noise yet. They are moving, so that's good. There's 4 of them. But the mama had been sitting on the nest, so I think they were slowly hatching. But she was off of it today, so I was able to see in there and take some pictures of the babies. And they don't have any feathers yet, just their little big beaks. And they've been feeding them. Mama and Daddy both have been bringing them some worms, stuffing the feeders that I have out. You ever start going, what symbol am I doing? Oh yeah, the agave, I forgot. It was like, I got finished with it and then I was like, what am I doing? Okay, so I think that's all of the, no, there's an agave up here. And then there's some over here. Let me get those. So anyway, so they've all hatched. Hopefully they'll all survive. It's such a bad place. I'm gonna have to really pay attention because it's right there on the patio. I mean, you know, right by the dogs. I mean, it's gonna, yeah, when they fledge, it's gonna have to really keep the dogs inside because they'll snatch them. And that would be terrible. Like I said before, had I known they were going to build a nest right there, that I would have moved that pot somewhere else so they could build a nest somewhere else. But I don't know why they don't use the houses that I actually bought for them for that purpose. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll still try to protect them as best we can. Alrighty. Get me a drink here. Ah, goodness. All right, I need the hourglass. The hourglass. It's right there. 436. Always throws me off when the symbol's like in blue, but the drill isn't. I'm like, okay, why did you make it blue then? But that's okay. There's a lot of those. So let's do this. What are y'all working on? Are y'all doing any events? I hate to ask this because I could go online and look, and I guess that's what I need to do. I am really hoping Mermaids and Magic is in May. Not... Oh, shoot! It is in May. Guess what month it is? It's May. Ah, jeez. I bought a special kit last year for this year's. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, well, well. It was from a new company and everything. So I was anxious to try it. It is from Unimade, actually. I think it was Muni made. Shay had done it, and I was like, well, now I have to have it. And so I got it, but I haven't worked on it. It's really cute too. Maybe it was distracted by diamonds. I don't remember, but yeah. Okay, now this wax is starting to give me some problems. Okay. If I rub it like that. Well, dagnabbit, I cannot. I was like, unless they change. Why did I think we were in March? Why did I think that, y'all? You know, the older you get, and if you're young, I'm sure you're just rolling your eyes because that's what I used to do. The older you get, the quicker time seems to go by. And yeah, it's just, wow. It's May. It's the end of May. Not the beginning. Ooh. It'll be June next week. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. All right, let's see here. Let's get that. Well, I wasn't able to get that one, but that's okay. I didn't need that one, turns out. Come on now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change out my wax. So let's go in here and do that. I'm gonna give my glue dot a little longer. Oh, look how easy that comes out. Oh, okay. All right then. Let's put the lid cap back on that. Get the wax. And let's see. Put it right here. There we go. Put this back on here so it doesn't dry out. All right, I think that's good. Push, push, push. Oh, this looks like it went deeper. Okay. Now back to this. Yeah. So if you get this kit, you know, from ArtDot, remember, try your wax if your putty is, you know, so you don't get so frustrated. Because I don't think it's your putty. I think, for whatever reason, and I have no idea why, but I think it's the drills, but I don't know that to be a fact, and I don't know why it would matter, so. But at least this way, you won't get upset for having to change out your putty a lot. Because the wax came with a kit. And they send you a lot. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I didn't ever count them, but it's a lot. Plus, I already have a bunch, you know, because they come in the Diamond Art Club kits. And what have ya? Yep. So, summer is here, y'all. It is here. Actually, it's, believe it or not, it's going to be hotter. So, it's not August yet. Not July, not August. Those August, oh wee. Hot. So it's hot, but like 90, 92. It's not 98 or 100 yet. that's good. This is good. It is supposed to rain next week, starting on Tuesday. We need the rain for sure. It rained really hard for about, well, I'll say it rained really hard for like 3 minutes, and then the rest of it was just a sprinkle. And that was on yesterday, and it literally evaporated basically when it hit the ground. I mean, it didn't even really wet the ground. So yeah, we need some rain. Of course, it did that right after I turned the sprinklers on to water the yard, and I knew it would, but it didn't last very long. So it was still good that I sprinkled. So it probably just helped that. But all it did was make it steamy. I mean, literally, walk outside and your glasses just steam right up. And it's supposed to be a busier than usual hurricane season. So, I don't know. I guess we're about as ready as we can be. We've got a generator, and we've got, some of our windows will be protected. Well, the downstairs windows will be protected, so that's good. You know, hopefully we don't end up with a big tree through our house, because then that wouldn't be so good. And that would definitely make, well, the generator, you know, unnecessary. So hopefully not. But we'll see. We shall see. I see where Tampa Bay, you know, their Tampa Bay Devil Rays are having to play their games out in I think the Yankees have a AAA field out there that they do their spring training in. Or maybe it's a spring training facility. That's what it is. It's their spring training facility. So it's not as big as a regular park, and it's not covered because, well, spring in Florida is quite nice. But they're letting the Tampa Bay Devil Rays use it, and everybody's suffering out there because it is bloody hot in Florida. You know, a lot of people do like that, but I mean, I like Florida, don't get me wrong. We got some beautiful beaches, but, you know, I'd rather go there in the wintertime when it's cold and gray here. I'd rather go there because it's not cold. In fact, if you go down to Key West, it's flat out hot, but not crazy hot, like in the 80s, you know, which is nice if you're coming from the 30s. But yeah, I used to like Tallahassee. I used to love Tallahassee. I was like, I could move here. First time we went through Tallahassee, and I didn't feel that way this time. It felt like, I don't know, something changed. I don't know what. You know, places go down. It felt like every street we turned on, it was like, well, this is the wrong street to be on. And, yeah. Just didn't quite fit in. I mean, then you got the university. Well, that was the first time I saw a place that sold mac and cheese, you know, and I was like, oh my God, you know. First it was chicken nuggets, and now, you know, nicknamed boneless wings, and now it's mac and cheese. I'm like, these kids have grown up, but, you know, it's like, now it's a thing everywhere, you know. And it's like these kids are growing up, and you think about it with charcuterie boards. I mean, those are just Lunchables. So, you know, we're all grown up now. It's the same thing, just served different. They even have wine in a box that, you know, like, you know, a single serve, like a Capri Sun or something. It's like, okay, childrens, what's wrong with y'all? But it is true, you know, it's, you know, they appeal to the next best, you know, I mean, I get it. You're going to sell stuff that the kids like, you know. I mean, if you were going to serve something that I liked growing up, they would serve, you know, boxed macaroni and cheese with some fish sticks. Yeah, or a butter sandwich. Not peanut butter, just butter. Or a Miracle Whip and tomato sandwich would be good. Or even a American cheese sandwich with some Miracle Whip is the key word there. And I think that is probably a southern thing, is Miracle Whip. And I'm okay with that. I grew up with it. Max grew up with it, so we both like it. I don't mind them. I don't mind. I mean, I'm used to eating mayo on a hamburger because that's all you can get when you go out to eat. They don't have Miracle Whip. So I'm okay with that. But if I'm at home, I usually don't have any regular mayo. To me, that is mayo. I grew up calling it mayonnaise. And then when I got older, someone was like, that's not mayonnaise, that's Miracle Whip. And I'm like, well, it's the same thing. And they're like, no, it's not. Sorry about that. I had to get me a drink. So I did not know that it was two different things. But alas, it is. So some people swear they hate mayo, but they love Miracle Whip. Some people hate Miracle Whip and love mayo. And I'm like, just put it on there, okay? I mean, I prefer my ham sandwich to have Miracle Whip if I'm fixing it at home, but I know that that's not going to happen, so I use them interchangeably. I'm not too picky. I am really not high maintenance. I'm really not. That's probably why I'm not good at blinging stuff out. I'm just very basic. I'm basically in. I did start doing my nails again, though, so that does make me feel good. And pedicures. But pedicures are more, to me, medically necessary because my heels will be cracked and, yeah, it's just terrible. So, yeah. Oh, please, Louise. I'm sorry, I'll have to get startled with that. Startles me, too. Tell ya. Get a muffler. These dogs. You know, I might should run up to Petco. Maybe I'll see if Max wants to go. He's watching the Astros game. So, it depends on how they're doing. He may want to go. I used to be a huge, huge sports fan. Huge baseball fan. And then, I don't know. It seemed like I was tired of, well, first of all, to me, sports are entertainment. They are just entertainment. I don't want you to do anything else but be entertaining. And then they started getting off into the, I don't know, politics and social causes and all of that. And I was like, not really politics, but social causes. And I was like, just, can you just, just don't, just play ball, okay? Just play ball. And I don't need a bunch of millionaires and, what have you. I mean, these guys make a lot of money. And it's like, to play a game, And it, you know, it's like, just, I don't know. I mean, I get people can do whatever they want. I mean, same thing with like YouTube channels. You can do whatever you want. It's your channel, right? It can be whatever you want it to be about. But I never want to make it about religion, because yes, I am a Christian, but I'm not going to tell you how you should believe, okay? That wouldn't have worked for me, you know? So, you know, I just don't feel like that's been my calling to do that, to tell people what to do. And then I also think, you know, it's not, you know, I don't know. I just feel like it's not where I want to go. You know, I don't want to alienate people by excluding someone, or, you know, not thinking about their point of views or not respecting their opinions. So I just don't, you know, I don't like it. I've seen so many fallings out over politics. And it's a shame, because we should be able to discuss things and get others' opinions, but we can't do that anymore, especially not on social media, because you're going to get called a name. There's all kinds of different names depending on which side of the aisle you're on. And, you know, so it's just very hurtful, and it's a shame that we can't, like I said, get differing opinions. But we're all set on our opinions, and I've never seen anybody go, oh, you know, you're right. I am a dumbass. You know? Oh, nobody's going to do that. Then the next thing you know, you've gotten into an argument, and now y'all could have been friends, or even family, in some cases family, for years, and it's over. And it's like, oh my gosh. You know, it's not sports that, you know, we're talking about here, but that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. It feels like Friday Night Lights. You know. But yeah. It's crazy to me. I know not everybody is going to think like me, vote like me, and that's okay. I mean, yeah, that's okay. And I don't see why it's not okay for everyone, but it is what it is. I mean, I do have friends that, you know, I'll just have to, you know, it's like I don't want to quit following them, because I've known them since, you know, middle school. And so I do care about their families and grandkids and all of that stuff. But I just have to unfollow. I don't unfriend. I just unfollow, because, and then maybe once every 6 months, I'll look, make sure, you know, nothing major's happened. I go back and it's like, nope, all it is politics, politics, politics. It's like, I just don't want to see it. I mean, it's the same thing. I'm the same way with, you know, if you don't share this, then you don't, you know, you don't love Christ or whatever. And I will unfriend those people, because it's like, yeah, no, I don't know where that is in your Bible, but it's not in mine, you know. Or they preach hellfire and damnation, and I'm like, you are not bringing anyone closer to God. If anything, you're just making people more like hating God, you know. It's like, at some point you're doing a disservice, you know. And I've felt in my soul before that God said, Leanne, be quiet. I don't need you to defend me. You know, just be quiet. You're making it worse. So that's what I do. Yeah, that'd be my luck. I mean, I would drive someone away And it's like, no, 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 I don't want to be that person, right? I don't think any of us wants to be that person. So we have to check ourselves sometimes. We really do. So anyway, I try to have absolutely drama-free. So if you are not subscribed and you're still watching, why aren't you subscribed? You should. You should subscribe and like the video. Yeah, see, I'm telling you what you should do. See there? Now watch. People will unsubscribe because that's just how I appeal to people. I get on their nerves. Well, I hope that's not the case. I hope that's not the case. And to, just because you're not vocal on social media does not mean that you aren't involved in some way in, practicing what you preach, so to speak, I don't think that we're supposed to go around telling everybody this is what I did, I helped this person. No, you really shouldn't. Because when you do something for somebody, for me, I don't want them to see me. I want them to see God, Say, well, I asked for this and you answered my prayer. You must, God must have sent you. I'm not one of those people that's like, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, donating money and they put a bench in your name or something. I'm not saying that at all, because that people do see that and they'll think, I think I'd like to donate, So I'm not talking about that. I really am not. I'm talking about me. And that's just the way I feel about it. But by all means, I don't think there's anything wrong with putting your loved one's name on a bench. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting your name on a bench. I really don't. There's nothing wrong with that. You'll bring comfort to a lot of people that, for as long as the bench is there, which will probably be way past your lifetime. So I'm not saying that. Please do not misconstrue my words. I think about, like, when I die, I would rather my loved ones plant a tree, in my memory, or find a local no-kill shelter and donate. Yeah, that would be my thing. And honestly, I probably wouldn't mind my name being on something, like if they were selling bricks or something like that, because then it lets people know to donate. I'm only talking about things that are of religious in nature, Not like a park bench or any of that. Okay, I need these. Here they are, number 11, which is 745. Right, y'all? Okay. Almost done with this section, y'all, and I'm going to finish it, and you're going to finish it with me. We're going to celebrate this section together. Because I almost stopped, because this is going to be a super long video. Super, super long video. But, I don't know if I finished a section. I feel like I did finish sections in my whipping chats before. I know I used to sit down and would not get up until I completed a section, and I don't do that anymore. But I'm going to finish. And I want to take you along for the journey. Because if I buckle down to it, I could get this done, but yeah, I'd have to do like 2 sections at a time for, you know, for a couple of days. But I'd like to have a silly finish. I mean, I have off the canvas stuff, but I don't have, I've got 3 whips. This is one of them. So I've got Leah's Garden, and I've got Ghost Flower Shop. So I haven't worked on Ghost Flower Shop since I've lived here. So that's been in, I don't think I have. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I did work on some of it. But not in a while. But it is my square that I have going, so. I had bought these hangers before I moved. So they've just been packed away, and now I got to figure out where they are. But they're like pants hangers, but they're longer. You can make them longer. And I have a rack that I can use to hang diamond paintings on, and I want to use those. I'm trying to remember where I got the idea from. Part of me wants to say it was Shay, but then the other part of me is like, I don't think it was Shay, because she's got one of those blueprint things. So I don't remember where I saw it. So if it's from you, please let me know. Yeah. So, y'all, I need to find those hangers. I got the rack up here, but I don't have the hangers. I don't know where they are. They're still in a box. So I want to get those out and hang up my whips. So, and I may have to end up like start using, I probably should get, you know, I should go online to Amazon and look at the ArtDot storage, because that's my favorite, and just put some in my cart and see if they go on sale, because they always do. And that way I can get down into one of those, so they're not in the ones that sit on my desk. And it'd be easy enough, because all I'd have to do is replace, you know, switch out full bottles with empty bottles. They're all ArtDot, so it should all work. Don't you think? I hope so. We haven't been on the golf cart in a few days, actually. Probably need to unplug it and plug it back in. That's what they told us. If you're not going to ride it for a week, it quits charging. And so you got to unplug it and plug it back in, because the battery will just steadily drain. So, need to do that. Scratch my head with my left arm. Come on now. Come on now. Ooh, we're getting close, y'all. Let's see. I also want to, you know, start catching up on my YouTube subscriptions badly. The good thing about it getting hot in the afternoons is I don't sit outside as much. So I do think I will be diamond painting more, which means I can listen to my content creators that I follow, which is a gazillion. But, you know, I need to try to work out a schedule, you know, because I'm missing out. I am missing out on my peeps. Okay, y'all, we're almost, let's see, done. So 350. I only need 4 of these, so I don't think I'm going to upside down. Got a little bit of a glue dot sticking out there, so let's see. Take that off, see if that helps. No. All right, you're starting to irritate me. I need to replace this glue dot, and I'll do it with the next, when I start on the next section later. I'm not gonna do it right now because I want to finish this section. Alrighty. Now I only have 2 of the radio bandwidths, which is 21 3865. Come on. These are ABs. Shiny, shiny. Shiny, shiny. There we go. All right, y'all. Oh, one of my eyelashes fell out. Alrighty, we have finished that section. Look, we're getting to, this is the bunny's head. So we're getting close. We are getting close. Let's see, let me go ahead. Oops, knock everything over. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and take this off. There we go. Oh, so that red is the bunny's eye, around his eye. It's not really red, is it? 350. I always thought 350 was red, but it's not, is it? It's more of a pinkish. So yeah. When I get through with this, I'll be more than a quarter done. I'll be more than halfway done, I should say. Be more than halfway done. So yeah. So yep, it's possible I could. But anyway, not right now. I'm gonna go see what Max is doing. See if PetSmart is, or Petco is open, and find out about getting the pups some new food for dinner so they don't have to eat the other, but we'll see. All right, everyone. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate it. It's if you've watched all in one thing, you are a trooper. Let me know if you did. Let me know if you did, because I think most people can't, or I know I probably couldn't either. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And I will see you. And oh, my hands are too close. Look at this. Too close. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. I love y'all, and I will see you the next time. Alrighty. Bye. Bye.